Rightio, we're underway for kombucha. So first, the ingredients list. You need your bottles. These are not sterilised at the moment, so we'll get to that. You need your previous batch of kombucha. I've got a hotel here with a few leftover scobies. So first, inspect the SCOBY. Make sure there's no mould. So anything furry on there is mould, and you've got to chuck everything out. So that's looking pretty good. And here's the previous batch. This is 2 weeks old. That's got a really nice SCOBY on it as well. Now we come around here. The other ingredients: need some paper towels, a pot to boil some water to make the tea, and I've measured out 1.2 litres of water for a start to make the tea. You need 8 tea bags and a quarter of that mixture, which would be 2 tea bags for the hotel. So with the 8 tea bags, we're going to have 1 cup of sugar, and we'll have a quarter a cup of sugar for the hotel.
Is there 8 tea bags to go with that 1 cup of tea?
8 tea bags.
I mean the 1 cup of sugar.
8 tea bags for 1 cup of sugar, right. And I've taken the tags off them. So the next step is we'll get the tea underway. We'll make the tea. Now I make the tea. I don't make it fully up. It's 3.7 litres of water in total, but I've found 1.2, and then I add 2.5 later of cold water, and that way it cools the tea down a lot faster. You don't have a risk of getting any mould on your tea before it turns into a SCOBY. Right, so I've put that 1.2 litres of water on to boil. Now the water is filtered water, so we've got no, it's not filtered water, it's tank water. We just use straight tank water, so the purer you can get the water, the better. So we'll just let that boil. While that's boiling, we'll start to sterilise the bottles. So to sterilise the bottles, I use apple cider vinegar, or you can use white vinegar, something like that. The idea is to drop the pH level to more acidic, acidic as possible, so it will sterilise the bottles. So firstly, I'll just rinse it off in hot water. Shake it all around, and then I'll pour a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. Make sure it just gets all over the bottle, the inside of the bottle. Shake it all around, like that. Okay, so the water's boiling pretty ferociously. So turn that off. Drop your 8 tea bags in there. Everything you use should be metal. All your implements should be metal and not plastic, as best as possible, much as possible. Probably should have put the sugar in first and stirred it. Doesn't matter. And just dilute that sugar down. Dissolve.
What sort of tea can you use, Ian?
Green tea. This is just black tea. But it has to be tea. It can't be like flavoured teas. You can flavour the kombucha with ginger or turmeric at the end of the, after it's all done. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for 10 to 12 minutes, maybe 15, but I'm only going to set a timer for 10 minutes and just let it sit. Right, so while the tea's getting ready, we're going to take the SCOBY out of the container and put it in a stainless steel bowl. And first, before we do that, we will sterilise the bowl. So I just put just a tiny bit of apple cider vinegar on a rag, on a bit of paper towel, and just wipe it around the edges. Just give it that sterilise or kill any bacteria in the thing. And same with any implements you're going to use. So I'm going to pick it up with that. And that. You can use your fingers, so it doesn't hurt to get it on there. And then I didn't show you earlier, but I have a little funnel for pouring the kombucha into the bottles. Might even shove that right in there and right through.
Don't you break my funnel, mister. It is my funnel, remember?
So now we get the SCOBY.
I'm glad you're not operating on me because I don't know how sterile that actually is. Ew. Ew.
Place it in the bowl.
It looks like a placenta.
I think that's all there is. Yep. So this is the old SCOBY and the new one. And as it goes on.
What, is there two there?
Yeah, there's two. You might take one out and put it into your hotel. So maybe next time I'll take one out and put it in the hotel. So now we need to preserve at least a cup of this liquid for the new batch. So we sterilise it as well. And we take a cup. Sterilise the cup. Just sterilise everything. I think you only need 1 cup, but I just take a couple of scoops.
What's that for?
This is the starter for the next batch.
Oh yeah, okay.
So this will go with, you pour it into, this will go with the SCOBY to start
So
the next
that's
one.
where your new batch of tea is going.
Yep. So now we've got this to drink, or to bottle.
That goes in the bottles.
So I'll just go like this, do a little bit of pre-filtering.
Oops. You shift that aside just so you get a bit of room. You look very cramped.
It's just loose filtering. You just go through like this to fill up all the bottles and stop it.
It looks a bit like wee wee. Or beer.
It's quite yeasty. Show it in here.
Nice and bubbly.
Just do that for all the bottles. The water's boiled. It did take 12 to 15 minutes. Can go 20. It depends how dark you want it, I guess. So now I just remove the tea bags gently, maybe a bit of a squeeze. Don't want them to burst. So we can't put the kombucha into that, the starter into that, because it's too hot. So conventionally you let it cool down, but that's why I've left another 2.5 litres of cold, good water to go into there. So we've jumped ahead, we've put 2.5 litres of cold water in here. We've got our boiled tea here. To cool it down, we're just going to pour it in, and I don't know if it'll be successful. So that's now instantly the right temperature. You might want to give it a bit of a stir.
What is the right temperature, Ian?
I don't know, about warm. Warm to cool. and I'm finding that mixture's good. So now I can straight away, I don't have to wait. Conventionally you'd wait 6 hours or whatever for the boiling water to cool down. Now we just add the SCOBY. And the starter. Just try to get any air bubbles out, but still try to keep it near the top, I guess. And the main secret from here on, for me anyway, is to not disturb it at all. And so I quickly get it into, put a couple of paper towels on the top, and I quickly put it into a cool, or warm, sorry, dark place. So we have a place in the kitchen.
Up there is a little kombucha house.
We've got a towel around it, wrapped around it. Don't touch it from here, especially the first 24 hours. And now I'll do the same with the SCOBY for the hotel, but I'll just do a quarter of the mixture for everything.
Oh yeah, same. Divided by 4.
Yep, it's fine. So what you can do now, you can drink this now. You can either put it in the fridge and drink it straight away, or you can leave it to carbonate. That's why you always leave a little bit of a gap, so it can carbonate and fizz up. And when you open it, it'll make a bit of a... You can store this in the cupboard in a dark place. And you can pull it out and put it in the fridge whenever you're ready. But it's going to brew again. It may even get some little scobies in there while it's in there. Happy days.